Amigues, amics, molt bona tarda, última entrevista de l'any i acabem l'any d'una manera molt tranquil·leta amb un elixir d'amore que ens encanta i aquí no podíem tenir que sinó en Huw Montague Rendall, el nostre Belcore, un dels tres, i per tant ens fa moltíssima il·lusió entrevistar-lo avui. Huw, thank you very much for accepting to be with us.
My pleasure.
On the day of the performance, nonetheless, so he's going to be singing in 2 hours, so we'll just try to make it brief. We always begin asking our interviewees like how they began in this world, but first of all, let's begin with a topic that we really love, which is your award. Congratulations, the Gramophone Award. So you are the flamant and dapper recipient of this award. How was the experience?
So nice, really, really wonderful. Nice people, very, as I said in the evening, it's amazing just to even make a record like in this climate, but to be awarded something for something you care so much about was a huge honor, really a huge honor, and such a privilege. And the evening was lovely, and I was surrounded by great people.
That's great. I mean, actually, this is quite an ambitious record because many tracks, many different genres. Anyone which you feel more comfortable, or something that you think, well, this is like my favorite track that I enjoyed the most, or?
Well, it was kind of, I think I made this album. If I never made another album again, I would be happy with the records, with the tracks I chose for that album. Right? They were all pieces that I love so much that I thought, if I never make another album again, I've recorded them all already.
No, you were wise in that sense.
It just makes the second album very difficult to find repertoire for because I've already recorded all my favorite stuff. But yeah, no, nothing on there was so out of place or difficult to program because, as I said, it's all music that I love. And it's all music that accompanied me through different times of my life, different good moments, bad moments. It's always been there as my kind of source of inspiration and emotional support, I suppose. Yeah.
And we always kind of ask, like, how did you start in opera? But in your case, you do come from opera royalty, Diana Montague and David Rendall. So how was it? I mean, I assume this played a really important part in you becoming an opera singer. For sure.
Not. I mean, I think the door was always open for me to become an opera singer, but it taught me so much about the way I should be an opera singer. Not just that opera singing is an option, you should do it. It was always singing was never a doubt in my life, but the way that I should be as a singer is what was the most important lesson I think I learned from them. How to act, how to forget how to sing technically and just become a character. The most important things that we need to remember to do on stage. How we need to rehearse, how we should mark in a rehearsal, how we should treat our colleagues, how we should be as professional people. That was the kind of core of my foundation from my parents. But of course, growing up in the theatre, being surrounded by so many people, their colleagues, their kind of office friends were people like Placido Domingo, Luciano Pavarotti, Kirita Kanoa, etc., etc., etc. So I always found it just an amazing experience to go into the theatre and hear some of the greatest singers that have ever lived, and working with my parents, knocking on their door of the dressing room, and coming in to say hello and these kind of things was I was kind of immersed from childhood, really.
Wow, but and you were like growing up and very much into opera already, or you started to just develop the taste for it later on? I don't
think I ever have been into opera. I think it's not something that I was ever able to be into. It was part of my life. It was part of my upbringing. It's like saying to someone that imagine your family. Your parents are chefs, and you have a dish.
Which, by the way, my father was a chef.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so
we couldn't go to any restaurant, let me tell you. It was dreadful.
Okay, but I'm sure you had a dish that your father made, that even if it were basic for your family to eat, it's it became part of you. And now, as you are a grown up, and maybe if you eat this dish over and over again, it's like being in part of your childhood, right? It's like that with opera for me. It's kind of, it was a necessity. It wasn't a luxury or something that I found or discovered. It's something that has actually been poured into me since I was a child and nurtured me and given me nutrition, which sounds incredibly, haughty, but it's quite true.
No, it's true, of course. So preparing for this interview, and this is an issue I also spoke with other singers, and I remember speaking about it with Nadine Sierra. I also check your Instagram account because you get a lot of information from that as well.
Sure.
Do you think now it's like an important part of your career as well, like you being out there as well, not only singing, but also like, showing clips of the performances, etc.? It's something that it's more for younger singers, or?
I mean, I don't think it's necessarily for younger singers anymore. I think the whole range of ages in the industry have taken to Instagram and social media to promote. We do a lot of our promoting ourselves, and it's important to be seen. It's important to people want to know who you are. And they want to know you more personally than perhaps we are used to, especially in this industry, which is all shrouded in mystery and secrets. You would go to the theatre 30 years ago, and you would only see this person on stage, and you think, wow, who is that? I mean, and you knew nothing about them personally, apart from maybe some things in the press, whatever. But it's like inviting them into your dressing room and you can see them warm up. I think people find that really, really interesting. I do somehow think, though, that we do miss a bit of that mystery in the industry now.
It should be like more...
I don't know. I think there is obviously mystery because we don't really show our true lives on social media, do we?
Yeah.
No one does. Even if they say, this is, I woke up like this. I doubt they did.
Yeah, no, true.
I think maybe we need to. Do you not think it's nice to have a little bit of secrecy and a little bit of mystery around this art form?
Yeah, I could agree on that.
Yeah.
I mean, just to keep a little bit of the whole allure of the stage magic and everything going on.
Exactly, but now we're part of a society that needs to know facts about everything.
We both love dogs.
Yes, exactly. See,
I know the name of your dog.
Yeah, and we just met today.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
Like 10 minutes ago, actually. Yeah. True.
Well, there it is. But that's kind of a nice thing, isn't it? Because we feel connected that way.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And regarding this Elixir d'Amore that you are singing in less than 2 hours. Sorry.
It's warming. It's warming for my voice.
Yeah, true. I'll get some credit for that.
Yeah, exactly.
This is like, I'm a vocal coach now. How is it? I mean, one of the things that I'm really curious to know about is when you have several casts. So you have like 2 more Belcores.
Yeah.
Like, do you just guys share like your perspective of the character, or each one really has like, this fixated idea of who Belcore should be?
I'm sure we're all completely different. We didn't meet, obviously. I met Jan. I never met Carlos. We spoke on social media. There you go. To discuss, but we didn't. We never really rehearsed. I watched Jan rehearse for a few rehearsals as we were swapping and repeating the scene over and over again. And we do it completely differently, and we weren't ever forced into saying you have to do it like this, you have to do it like that. Of course, the staging is the same. We do the same map on stage, but the thoughts that we have to create to make the staging happen are completely different. And that's amazing, because then if you then work with, tonight for example, we'll have Pretty Yende, who I rehearsed with, but we've never performed together yet. In Elixir we've performed other things together, but never this show. And it'll throw a completely different colour into the mix of how we paint this evening. Different thoughts, different inflections, different ways that we look at each other. It's amazing, and that's changes every night. If we have a different tenor, which we have had a few times.
Yes, I mean, you were with Serena and Michael the night I saw you on stage.
Yeah, Serena and Michael, and we did Serena and Felipe. tonight, I'm not sure who's singing, yeah, but we'll see. That's part of the fun of this show as well, because it is so, the staging is so well mapped and so ingrained for the singers. It's great. We don't have to run around too much. We don't have to go crazy. We don't have to do anything that goes against the singing of the opera. So then that leaves a lot of space for our characters to develop and talk and change the way that they need to be with, depending on who's on stage.
And who's your Belcore then, Huw? Like how he... Well, I've seen it's very physical because you are all the time, like, doing this comicality, like you look like very stiff and military and martial.
It's interesting. When I was studying the role, I spoke to the wonderful master of Italian repertoire, Alessandro Corbelli, and he said to me that Belcore is like a cockerel, the male chicken. Kind of walking around with his chest all puffed out and kind of strutting and clucking. You see me stand a lot with my hands.
Yeah, true. It's true.
With my chest out. I thought about that a lot. But also, I mean, look, he's not a very nice man. He's really not a very nice man. So I try and make him a bit nasty as well. In the moment when he's saying to Nemorino, "Va via buffone, go away, leave us alone, you fool," he pulls a gun on him. It's horrible.
True.
It's actually really nasty, and he's not just an idiot who's kind of I'm an arrogant sergente. He's not a very nice man. He goes from town to town, especially in this production where he is actually a fascist.
True.
soldier.
Exactly. Yeah.
He goes from town to town, making people scared, and he thinks he's all macho and beautiful, and all the women love him. They don't really.
Yeah.
Not really. It's all kind of happening up here. And he's not very nice. But he's fun to play, that's for sure. That's for sure. He's very silly, especially in this show.
Sure.
But I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen Blackadder. There was an English TV show called Blackadder. And in Blackadder Goes Forth, which is the 4th series, there is a character called Flash Lockhart. And Flash Lockhart? Flashheart. Lockhart. What's Lockhart in?
I mean, was the season of the Second World War where they are?
Exactly. Flashheart, not Lockhart. That's Harry Potter, I think. Flashheart, same kind of thing actually. But Flashheart is a pilot, and he is, if you can watch it, this 4th series with Rick Mayall plays this character. It's perfect for Belcore. Absolutely perfect. He's all this hip thrusting and a very, very arrogant kind of big moustache, which, as you can see, it's not my choice.
No, but it looks good.
Well,
no, I'm telling you, it looks good.
It's coming off very soon.
Well,
which was so I had some foundations of this as well in my research for the role, let's say, because it's actually, I mean, I'm used to performing roles that are a bit more dense, a little bit more nuanced in their style, in their life, in their difficulties. I play quite difficult characters. Hamlet, Peleas, even Papageno and the Count, Giovanni, these kind of people, So Belcore was difficult for me to find because it's very two-dimensional.
Yeah.
So I had to try and punch through the wall to find the other dimension to make him believable in a way. And I hope I'm still trying to figure it out. I felt at the last show, actually, because we had such little rehearsal time, I felt that the last performance came a new life to it, actually. And I felt, okay, right, good. We're getting somewhere now.
Wow, that's great.
So halfway through the run.
Well, no, but here we go. I mean, we have many other nights that we still can see some, who knows, where this Belcore will take you, or you will take Belcore.
Yeah.
Any given engagement for the season that release making you a lot of illusion to debut or sing for the upcoming year? Yeah,
of course. I mean, I'll sing Nozze di Figaro in Vienna in January, which will be great. Is that what you mean? Yeah. And to sing Mozart in Vienna is kind of a dream, right?
Yeah, true. I mean, it's
like,
kind of...
Yeah, it's like performing Shakespeare in London.
Yeah, exactly.
you need to be in good form, I think, because they have high expectations. But I'm really excited about that because you feel a lot of that vibrations in the city when you're in Vienna. You get a lot of Mozart's everywhere, and to sing that there will be great. More Pelléas, of course, is always a dream. I love singing Pelléas, and it's so wonderful, so rich, wonderful character, and I'm looking forward to a little break as well. Actually, that'd be really nice.
Which is the best character of all, being you without having to.
Yeah, I do. I get to go home and be an uncle to my nieces and a brother to my siblings and a son to my mother and these kind of things, which is great.
That's great.
That's my favorite role.
So wishing you a great success tonight, as we can ascertain because we saw several performances, and a great Christmas and a great engaging New Year 2026 in many other roles. Yeah. And thank you very much in the name of the whole Friends of the Opera for having us here. Thank you, Huw.
Thank you very much.
Amigues, amics, bon Nadal, bon any, ens veiem l'any vinent.